Are they of the mindset that these are the rules, you can't do that, and that's it? Or are they of the mindset that he may not deserve that because Mason Rudolph was culpable in all of this as well?
Everybody I talked to pretty much sounds like they're conceding that a suspension is going to happen. They do feel like there should be some equity in terms of, what happens to a Pouncey or a Rudolph or something like that. But they definitely feel like he should get something that's pretty stiff, I would say.
Ogunjobi's also getting a lot of flack for knocking it down Mason Rudolph, he ran up behind him. But it seems very one-sided to me. Pouncey and them are wailing on Myles Garrett. So Mason Rudolph starts the fight, tries to take the helmet off, charges without his helmet. Then while the other guy's being restrained, his teammates are wailing on the other guy, and someone comes up behind him and knocks him down. And Ogunjobi, is anyone in the Browns expressing anything like, yo, what about what the Steelers did?
Well, someone said last night to me, look, this is the heat of the battle. And people have emotions. It's a gladiator sport. And you can't necessarily fault someone for having a gladiator response in the midst of a physical game. Like some of the things I heard you guys saying in the segment before I came out here, it's like you almost have to remember you can't necessarily ask someone to have all these logical thoughts in the middle of something that's being so emotional.
Yes,
What?
you can.
Okay, why?
Yes, you can. Now,
Why?
let me explain. I appreciate the reporting because obviously you're exceptional as you are, and this is a good thing. Let me give my opinion on this. I don't give a damn about none of that. Here's the reality of the situation. Right now in Cleveland, there's a headline. Let me read the headline to you. Myles Garrett's actions on Thursday should cause the Browns to look deeper at why keeping composure has been so difficult. Why do you think I'm disgusted? Why do you think Troy Vincent, without question, is going to be disgusted? Or Derek Brooks, you know these people. You understand? Or people in the Players Association, you know these people. We won't get into how black men are judged differently and how a reporter walked up to Freddie Kitchens in the post-game press conference and said, are there any anger management issues? Okay? These are the kind of things that you have to concern yourself.
Because there are tropes associated with that, too.
Exactly.
Yes.
So now we go to Cleveland collectively, Max. And here's what we have. They start the season against the Tennessee Titans. What was the story of that game? 18 penalties. That's how they started. The most penalized team in the National Football League with a record and a history of undisciplined this year. Even from training camp or preseason when they had the two-day practice with the Colts, supposedly every day was a fight. It was fights all over the place. So we got that going on, right? Then we have this. Myles Garrett himself got penalized game 1. Game 2, at least 4 occasions where he was cited for excessive behavior. Not to mention one of the hits breaking Trevor Siemian's leg. So all of these are back there. I'm not castigating Myles Garrett I don't know him. Seems to be a real nice guy. Interviewed him once or twice here, okay? And obviously a stud, an elite guy. But the one thing that I would say to Max and to anybody out there sharing Max's position is, regardless of Mason Rudolph and everybody else, ultimately it comes down to this reality. You took the helmet off his head and then hit him upside the head with the damn helmet while you had your helmet on.
Look, let me address three points I think you made. Are the Browns undisciplined? Yes. Check. Are the Browns underachieving? Check. Are the Browns unintelligent in terms of the way they play and behave? Check. Yes, they are undisciplined, underachieving, and behaving like an unintelligent team. Stephen A., I agree with all of that, and you can go all the way up to the head coach if you want to see who's responsible, and you've brought that up since before the season. Who says Freddie Kitchens is going to be really an executive like a head coach needs to be? That's true. We are talking about this incident. If you want to contextualize it with Myles Garrett and say he's shown impulse control issues before, he's kind of dirty before, I agree with that, actually. If you want to say that's just stupid, you pay a stupid tax for swinging in broad daylight a helmet at the quarterback, right? At his head. I agree, you pay a stupid tax when a bad player, Mason Rudolph, is getting into a fight with a good player, Myles Garrett, because if you both get suspended, don't let the scrub get the star suspended. I agree with all of that. That's not what I'm reacting to today. What I'm reacting to today is one guy started the fight, One guy escalated the fight. One guy continued the fight when the fight was over. But the other guy should be kicked out of the league?
Okay, but wait, can I just say this? Because you guys were talking about how much will the NFL pay attention to player safety and all those things because a player's helmet was taken off and obviously somebody swung with that. But you also have to consider, right, that within that context, Mason Rudolph was also grabbing at Myles Garrett. And just because the helmet didn't come off, there could be a safety component with that. I mean, you got the cervical spine up here. It could have shifted or twisted his head. You know, supposedly a foot went in the groin area. So if you're going to talk about safety, you can't just talk about it in the most egregious sense.
I got a question for both of y'all. This is funny.
What happened?
So it's impulse, right? It's impulse. Can't control yourself. You know, you're a professional, but you know, damn it, in the heat of battle, you can't control yourself. Right. I got it. Would he have done that with Tom Brady?
Who knows? Because it's the heat of the moment.
Who knows?
Wait,
no, I
you don't know that.
Josina, please allow me.
Go ahead.
Would Tom Brady
start
a fight, try to take a guy's helmet off, and charge the other guy?
How do you know that?
That's the point. Why are you already getting there?
That is not an answer.
Why are you already going there?
I asked you a question. Don't ask me a question with a question.
The answer is,
the answer is no. But I'm saying that does not answer my question to you.
The answer is no, because Tom Brady would never do that. You're saying, in other words, with the respect that Tom Brady has, the player that he is, he would never do that.
The point that I'm getting at with the both of you is this.
Yes.
That impulse control that y'all are alluding to.
That Mason Rudolph doesn't have?
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all are bringing that up. And what I'm bringing up is the fact that very impulse control issue that you're alluding to, I'm challenging the notion that you just would have lost it no matter what. It's almost like the bully on the block. Listen, I want to punch this dude in the face. I want to punch this dude in the face. But then I'm going at him, and then I'm looking at Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I think I would pause.
That's why they call it seeing red.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.